Hello and welcome back to Children's Reading Cove. This is chapter 3 of Stink and the Midnight Zombie Walk. What about Bob? At school on Tuesday, Stink tapped Sophie of the Elves on the shoulder. Hey, Sophie turned around. She had smears and smudges of green all over her face and green streaks in her hair. "Why is your face green?" Stink asked. "Face paint," said Sophie. "I couldn't get it all off." "Why were you wearing green face paint?" "Zombie," Sophie whispered and turned back around. Stink almost jumped out of his seat. "Zombie? You're into zombies too?" "Of course," said Sophie. "Shh, Mrs. D's looking. Talk later." At lunch, Stink and Webster sat across from Sophie. Stink took out his bologna sandwich with ketchup. "Welcome to the vomitaria," said Sophie. Stink and Webster cracked up. "Wouldn't it be weird if all of a sudden the cafeteria served brains?" Suddenly, Stink's pink bologna and red ketchup did not look so good. "Freaky zeeky," said Stink. He munched on a dried apple instead. Sophie opened her lunchbox. She took out one cheese sandwich, carrot sticks, a box of raisins, and a zombie. "Meet Zombalina," said Sophie. Stink and Webster stared at a 4-inch fairy with a ghost white face, black rimmed eyes, and freaked out hair. Her skirt was made of blood-streaked band-aids. "What happened to Blossomina, rider of unicorns and friend to all elves, who rids the world of evil sprites?" "Sprites schmites," said Sophie. "Blossomina is Zombalina now." "Since when?" "Since I read Nightmare on Zombie Street books 1 and 2 this weekend." "Do you know about the Midnight Zombie Walk at the Blue Frog bookstore this Saturday?" asked Webster. "Why do you think I have green paint on my face? I've been trying to figure out a zombie costume to wear." Riley Rottenberger butted in. "I'm going as a prom queen zombie." "Do you even know what a zombie is?" Stink asked. "It's like a princess," said Riley, "only she wears black instead of pink." "A dead princess," said Sophie. "Do we have enough money for the books yet?" Webster asked Stink. "Let's see." Stink ticked it off on his fingers. "We have $4 from Missy, $10 from your birthday money, my $5 off coupon." "That's not enough for 2 books," said Sophie. "Plus the $2 we got in quarters if we don't pay Judy back, plus The $1 we put in the dish, if you count in my allowance, that's more than $25.98. Yes, we are so there, said Webster. Just then, the principal came into the lunchroom. Boys and girls, said Miss Tuxedo, I have some exciting news. We just reached 976,433 minutes of reading. The cafeteria exploded with clapping and cheering. Only 23,567 more minutes to go. Now, I know many of you have been reading the zombie series, and there's a new one coming out on Saturday. So I would like to declare this Friday Read to a Zombie Day. The lunchroom went wild. Zool, said Stink. Second and third graders will read aloud to K1 kids in their classrooms. That'll go a long way toward reaching our goal of 1,000,000 minutes by Saturday. Don't forget to join us at the Blue Frog Bookstore on that day to celebrate all our great reading. Riley Rottenberger raised her hand. What about Bob? Bob was the big orange box outside the front office. Nobody knew what was inside. It was a surprise. Tell you what, said the principal, if Virginia Dare School reaches 1,000,000 minutes, I promise we will have the big orange box moved to the bookstore on Saturday, and finally, at last, once and for all, open Bob. Bob, 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 the kids chanted. When the room quieted down, Stink asked his friends, what do you think is in there anyway? Maybe Bob really stands for Big Overstuffed Bear, said Sophie. A big overstuffed zombie teddy bear, said Webster. Or box of bears, 397 teddy bears, one for each kid at Dare School, Riley butted in. Or maybe Bob stands for Big Oversized Brains, and there's zombie brains in there, or something, said Webster. Or something, said Stink. Candy, said Webster. 1,000 tons of candy. Bookmarks, said Sophie. Teachers love bookmarks and pencils. Bob is for big old bookmarks? Stink asked. That stinks. I guess we just have to wait till Saturday night to find out, said Sophie. Until then, I can borrow book 3 from the library and book 4 from you guys. And book 5 I can get on Saturday 'cause it's almost my birthday. Sweet, said Stink. That will be worth like a zillion reading points, said Webster. My house, after school, Stink said. We can help each other with our costumes. My sister has boxes of body parts and stuff. Is she a zombie? Asked Sophie. Only most of the time, said Stink. See you there, said Webster. End of chapter 3. We'll see you back here very, very soon. Bye-bye.